Our first problem is asking us what's minus 5a minus another 7a. So that would just be equal to minus 5 times minus 5 minus 7 would just be negative 12. And if they're a and a, it would just be minus 5a minus 7a would be minus 12a. 10x plus another 7x is just 10 plus 7, which would be 17, but it's 10x and 7x, so it's 17x's, 17x. 4k plus 3k, 4 of something plus 3 of something is just 7 of that something, in this case 7k. Okay. Our next problem is a distribution problem. So I have to take this negative 10 and distribute it to each of the terms. So negative 10 times x is just negative 10x. Negative 10 times negative 10, a negative times a negative becomes a positive. So 10 times 10 is 100. So that's negative 10x plus 100. 8 times 2x minus 7 is going to be, once again, I'm going to take the 8 and distribute it to the 2x. That would be 16x. And I'm also going to distribute it to the minus 7. So that would be minus, a positive times a negative is a negative, minus 56. 4. I'm going to distribute this 4 to the k and to the plus 4. 4 times k is just 4k, and 4 times positive 4 is just plus 16. 5. I'm going to distribute the 5 to the 1 and to the plus 3x. 5 times 1 is just 5. 5 times plus 3x is plus 15x. And then finally, I have 2 times 1 and times plus 2n. So 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 2n would just be 4n. Okay, so when I look at GEMDAS, again, I have nothing in the grouping, nothing I can do here, no exponents, but I can distribute. So I'm going to distribute this entire negative 4 times both of these things. So I'm going to bring down the 4, minus negative 4 times 4 is minus 16, and negative 4 times minus 4m is plus 16m. Now I can combine my like terms because I've got a number here and a number here. And so 4 minus 16 is just negative 12. And I still have the plus 16m. Nothing I can do with that one. So that just is the answer for there. For this one, I can distribute the 8. So the 8 goes times 6, and the 8 is times 8v. So 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 8v is 64. 64 what's? V. And then I still have my minus 10. So once again, I have some numbers I can combine. I can combine like terms. So I've got 48 and minus 10. So 48 minus 10 is 38. And I still have my plus 64v. These last two problems, I'm just distributing twice. So I'm going to distribute the negative 4 here and here, and I'm going to distribute the positive 6 here and here. Okay, so the negative 4 times positive 2x would be negative 8x. Negative 4 times negative 10, a negative times a negative becomes a positive. Okay. Now I have my plus 6 times negative 2. A positive times a negative becomes a negative. 6 times 2 is 12, and I have x. And then finally, 6 times 3, both positive, would be 18. Now I can combine my terms. I've got some numbers here and some numbers here, and I've got some x's here and some x's here. So I'll do my x's first. negative 8x minus another 12x, that would be negative 20x. And then I can add that to, I've got my 40 plus 18, put that together, that would be 58. So my final answer is just going to be negative 20x plus 58 by combining all those like terms. Our final problem, we take our negative 4 and we're going to distribute it to our 2n and to our negative 10, and our positive 9 and distribute it to our negative 2n and to our 3. So negative 4 times 2n would be 8n, but a negative times a positive is a negative. A negative times a negative is a positive, and 4 times 10 would be 40. Now I have my 9 times negative 2n. A positive times a negative is a negative, and 9 times 2 is 18, and it's 18n. And then 9 times 3 would be a positive times a positive is a positive, and that would be 27. And now once again, I can combine my terms. I've got a positive 40 and a positive 27, and I've got a negative 8n and a negative 18n. So negative 8n and negative 18n would be negative 26n, and plus 40 plus 27 would be plus 67. So my final answer for this problem would be negative 26n plus 67.